What's going on? Brian Maxwell here, and welcome to the Selling to Survive podcast coming at you. And today what we're going to talk about is how to get your managers involved in your deals that will help you sell a car, which is also known as a TO. Now, when I first started in the business, I'm ashamed to say this, but in the first 90 days, I literally had no idea what TO meant. Okay, and what TO stands for is turnover. But at that time, you know, when you're new to the dealership, you're just kind of doing what you're told to do, and you don't really ask very many questions. So, you know, all I knew is, hey, make sure you get your manager involved. But here's the kicker. At some stores, and I know this from firsthand experience back in my day, there are some managers who refuse to get up and help you with your customer unless it seems like it's a laydown and it's just an easy customer, okay? Or when they come out, they really don't want to, and their objective should be to help you move that customer to the next step. But sometimes if the attitude is not right and they come out and get involved, it can actually hinder the deal. Or you're afraid that if they do come out, they're going to give away all of the gross on the front end that you use to make money, okay? And then they're going to load it up on the back where you may or may not even be getting paid. So let's talk about it. How do we get our management team involved? When do we get them involved where we can maximize the objective with that guest, which is moving them to the next step? Now, one thing I want to point out, if you are expecting your managers to come out and close the deal for you, that's where you're having an issue at, because it should not be the manager's responsibility to come out and close the deal, because you've been the one sitting there with them, talking with them, building rapport with them. You've established some level of trust. And so after an hour, maybe an hour and a half of you being with them, if you expect someone else is going to come out in just 5 minutes or freshly being introduced to them and just going to do a whammy bammy and they going to just fall down and do everything they say, it's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, the moment they see that person come out, if it isn't set up the right way, their defenses go way up because they feel like they're being ganged up on because they have no idea who this person is. So what we want to do is we want to get the management involved early. Now, how do you do that? One of the excellent ways for you to get your management team involved early is that when you're initially bringing your guest inside, you've greeted them, you brought them inside, you've asked them if they wanted any coffee, water, hot chocolate prior to sitting them down. Why not make a stop by one of your managers if they're standing out there and say, hey, Mark, John, Mary, this is Mark. Mark is a member of our leadership team, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys had an opportunity to meet, and he can express his appreciation for you guys stopping in. And if the manager knows what it is, it's just a simple, hey, folks, thank you for stopping in. Hopefully he takes care of you or she takes care of you. Let me know if you have an issue. All right. But you want to get them involved. Another awesome place for you to be able to get them involved, if you're not able to do it or there's no manager available during the greeting, is also when you come back from the dealership tour, from the demo drive, and you're giving them a tour of the dealership and you're taking them around to the service department. You've introduced them to an advisor. Prior to sitting back down, if there's if you have a sales manager office or, stop by there. Hey, guys, I just wanted you all to introduce you to John and Mary. They're in here checking out a blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to stop by and say hello. We really do appreciate them stopping in. And they're going to say, hey, thanks, folks, blah, blah, blah. Mary, John, this is Mark, this is Tony, and this is, Susan, whatever the names are. Now you've made a soft introduction, okay, where there's a little bit of familiarity there. But that's much better than just coming in, introducing them cold, even with the business manager. Now let's think about it like this. There are times where we're waiting to get the customer in the box, in there with the business manager or the finance manager. And you have sales reps that get frustrated. They're doing everything they can. They want to get this person in the box quick so they can get on over there and start helping somebody else, okay? Because if the managers aren't available, guess what? Another great option is the business manager. And here's why this helps, because if they're going in with the business manager to make a soft introduction in advance to give them some level of familiarity prior to going in, it helps you, okay? Now, if you're concerned that, when you do these things and you get a customer in there with the business manager, because that's also a turnover, you're turning them over to the business manager. When they go inside there into the box, sometimes reps they say they only want this particular business manager working their deals. This particular manager, they want to stay away from it. But in reality, as the sales professional, we have to help and set it up the right way for the business manager to be able to maximize results. Because whether you get paid on the front and the back, or if you don't get paid on the back at all, your dealership where you work, this is where they generate their money, from the back end and from the service department. Okay, so it will behoove you to make sure that we do everything we can to make the business manager's job much easier. Okay, now how do we do that? One of the best ways is that when you're going through and you present the vehicle to a customer, every vehicle comes with manufacturer warranties. And then your particular dealership may offer 1 year free, commercial free radio. You may offer 24 months of free roadside assistance. You may offer some type of paint protection, whatever it is. But you should be well aware of what your manufacturer coverages are on the vehicles. Because when you're sitting there with your customer, if you took that number sheet and flipped it over, and you say, all right, folks, I've explained everything to you about the vehicle and I touched on some of the coverages, but let me just explain in a little bit more detail exactly what coverages you're getting with this vehicle. And you let them know, hey, for 3 years, 36,000 miles, you're getting a basic limited warranty. Now, here's what that means. With the exception of the tires, any of the manufacturer-related parts, if you have any issue with the power doors, power windows, with the radio, with the power seats, whatever it is, call me, text me, or email me. We'll get it in here and I'll get it taken care of. But as you're going through your list of coverages, okay, you want to explain it to them. Let them know what it is, what it covers, and what the benefit is to them. Okay. Now, once you get that done, a simple line is, and if you see the value and these coverages, like a lot of our other customers do, you will have the opportunity to extend those when you go in with the business manager. And you notice what I said, the opportunity. It's not like it's a down thing. It's actually more beneficial for them to have as much protected coverage as possible, you know, as far as with their vehicle. Because think about it. How much would it cost if they had to replace an engine? How much would it cost if they had to come out of pocket to replace the stereo? How much would it cost if they had to replace or fix the transmission? Okay? So it is a benefit. And so when you explain, hey, listen, if you see the benefit and these coverages like a lot of our other customers do, you will have the opportunity to extend those when you go in with the business manager. Okay, now when they walk in, they don't feel like they're having the typical bait and switch where they go in and now the dealership is trying to hammer them with all of these extra coverages that they have no idea what it is, and they think it's just an extra way to take or steal money. When in reality it's not. It's a way for us to increase the value to make sure that the vehicle runs at its peak for as long as it possibly can, maintains its resale or trade value, and makes it easier for them to be able to make that smart, safe buying decision and do business with you in the next few years. Okay? But you have to believe that. All right? So when you're doing turnovers, it's not just to management, but you also do turnovers to business managers, aka finance managers. So again, remember, get your manager involved early by doing a soft touch. And what a soft touch is just an introduction of appreciation, letting them know who the manager is, them getting the chance to know who the guests are, giving them a name to go with the face, and then going ahead and doing your thing. And remember, your manager's job is not to come out and close the deal for you. It's not what it is. It's whatever part of the process you're stuck at. If it's on getting them to tell you what's going on or get a commitment, their only responsibility is to help you get that commitment. But it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility to finish everything up and bring it all home. Okay? That's why managers don't want to come out, because the pressure is on, and sometimes it isn't. The alley-oop isn't set up the right way. So they're coming out cold, and they're supposed to come out and make a miracle happen in 5 or 10 minutes when we couldn't do it in an hour or 2 hours. And that's just not fair. As a manager, I would never want to come out if that was the expectations or the setup every time either. All right? And again, with the business manager, make sure you let a person know, hey, here's all the coverages that you get. And if you see the value in it, like a lot of our other customers, you will have the opportunity to extend that when you go in with the business manager. All right, keep those in mind. And remember, TO is turnover. It has nothing to do with your skill set. It has everything to do with giving this customer every opportunity that we can to help them make a smart and safe buying decision. All right. So hopefully you're having a good month at your dealership. And if you are somebody that's looking for ways for you to be able to increase your skill set, if you are looking for ways to be trained or know how to overcome objections, know how to maintain your positivity, know how to consistently sell 15, 20 units each and every month, click the link in this description or in the comment section, okay? Because there are there's over 3.5 hours of automotive sales training videos that are specific to taking you through all of the steps, but not just the steps, the psychology behind it. Also, how to use Facebook to drive customers that are looking to buy from you to your social media page or to your dealership. Also, the 100 success tips, over 10 videos available. The online traffic search, how to use Snapchat, all these things are available. So click the link in the description, check it out, and when you get started, you and I will work one-on-one. I'm Brian Maxwell. Maxwell. See you at the dealership.